Happy Sunday, happy Sister Sunday. I'm happy to see that everybody's here. Now, before we get into the video, we actually just vibe out. I hope everybody had a good day at church today. If you went, you did. I knew I was gonna be muted. That's why I said, hold on a second. You did. Now, look, for the people who have never been here before, I'm pretty sure a lot of people who's been here understand what this consists of. But Sister Sunday is for us, by us, okay? It is a platform that we have dedicated, strictly for women, all right? We don't have a lot of platforms. We, in fact, do not have a lot of platforms. So the introduction of this whole platform was because of that. We do not have a lot of places where we can go and actually be able to give and take things back from one another as far as being women. It was introduced or was started or pretty much inspired to make a platform for women of color. But then as I start to do this platform, I realized it wasn't a color thing. It was more of a woman thing. We've learned over the course of Sister Sundays, many Sister Sundays, you know what I mean, that it's definitely a woman thing, and it shouldn't be. You shouldn't even have color in your brain, because this is one thing that women is always going to share. We're gonna share traumas that men or anyone else is never going to be able to understand, and we have to be able to embrace that. Now, dealing with certain traumas is going to take a lot of accountability as well. It's also like looking in that mirror and seeing some shit you don't like to see about yourself. You dig? So therefore, that's why this platform was created. So welcome to Sister Sunday. Now, what we also do here at Sister Sunday is we make it a one step or a one stop before you get the rest of the help for your life. So if women is in crisis, we like to be able to help them, provide them with help for rent, clothing, food, help for their children, whatever the case may be. And even though Sister Sunday started as just like an idea in my brain, it's just amazing as hell how it's grown to really be able to help countless women. We've helped women from California all the way to Kentucky. And that makes me very, very happy. And it's just something that we contribute to do. We don't never ask for a woman in crisis to pay anything back to us. All we ask for them is when they get on their feet, just to put it back into the program, just to send it back to Sister Sunday. So therefore, if it's a woman that's in crisis, after you can help them as well. We all help them, but you will also be planting a seed into the next woman's life, and that's the reason why we started Sister Sunday. Now, you can follow our website as well. We'll put the link inside of the stream. You can also follow our Sister Sunday Instagram page. Anybody who needs help, you will have to go through the website or have to go to Instagram, okay, through the Sister Sunday Instagram page. If you hit me individually, I would not respond. We have to be able to have accountability. We have to have a paper trail. So I want everything to go through those entities so we will be able to track everything and who we loan money to. Because there's going to be some people that sometimes, you know what I'm saying, they abuse that right, because this is something that we're just doing for ladies. But we also make sure that we look at situations, you know what I mean, so no one will get over on nobody. If anybody is hitting you guys individually, okay, that is your business. I do not condone you to do that. You know what I mean? If you want to donate to a sister, do it strictly to the Sister Sunday Fund. If somebody does hit your inbox and you feel uncomfortable, then go ahead and hit me up so we can try to assess the situation and make sure that your money is going into the appropriate place. Because it's one thing that I will not do with Sister Sundays. I will not have that played with. This is something that means a lot to me. My mother is one of the inspirations from it. You know, I didn't have a good motherhood with my mother because of drugs and things like that. For the people who've been here since the first Sister Sunday, I was able to see that in real time. So please, please, if you donate to Sister Sunday, do not do it to anybody individually. Do it to the program so we can keep planting seeds for other women. All right, that's all I want to be able to see. As you can see, Sally, she has the Sister Sunday website up there. If you need prayer, you hit that line. If you need help, you hit that line. It was people who didn't have no places to go, and we was able to get them all of the information that they need that was in their particular state, give them a little jump start. You dig what I'm saying? And then we go from there. It's very, very special to me, so please do not play around with it. Not with me, because I will probably cuss you out. I'm not mature yet in certain areas, and I would not have people who I see contribute every Sunday to us be misused or the whole Sister Sunday be mishandled. No, it's not going to happen. So listen, what we're about to do now, we're also about to get into part 1 of this episode. I actually had something completely, I had something already down for today. But I was talking to some of the people who helped me with Sister Sunday, and I just call them a team of beautiful women that's been helping me with all of my channels. We was actually having a meeting amongst us all, and she brought this up, and it really touched my heart. You'll probably see her in the comments, Miss Classy, aka Katrina. She came up with what is Sister Sunday, and I said, damn. You know what I mean? We've been doing many Sister Sundays, and nobody ever talked about what Sister Sunday truly is. So what I want everybody to do is I want everybody to get their journals. If you have your journals, go ahead and grab that, because what we're going to do is we're going to take some notes. And next week when we do part 2, when I include Katrina, okay, this questionnaire that we're going to pass out to you guys, or that we're going to have to you guys before today or tomorrow, we're going to have it definitely before the next Sister Sunday, is I want you to fill out this questionnaire. And that questionnaire is going to consist of 5 questions that I want you guys to be able to truly answer. And then I want you to send them back to me. And we're going to discuss some of those things that you put on this questionnaire. But first, let's start off with this. What is sisterhood? Drop it down in the comments. I don't want you to go Google or anything. I want you to say right now what you think sisterhood is. Put it in the comments. Now, I'm going to tell you the dictionary version of sisterhood, okay? It says the relationship between sisters. That's it. When you hear that, the relationship between sisters, people already incorporate that with blood, or, you know what I'm saying, we bounded by genetics, when that is not, in fact, true. Ellen said that her definition is being there for your sister. Really good. What else? Who else got something? To help lift up sisters, blood or not. TT, I like that one. Sisters stick together and always there when we need each other. A community of women that love each other, hold each other accountable, and be there for each other. Rightfully me, you just took the dictionary straight out. That is the dictionary version. I asked you not to cheat and you did. You know what I'm saying? Or if you didn't do it, you nailed it on the dot. But that's basically what it is. It's an association, society, or communication, or community, excuse me, of women linked by common interests, religion, or trade. Now, you remember when we first started this, right? I came in and I said that as women, we are automatically connected by trauma. Who remember when I said that? I'm pretty sure somebody's heard me say that a million times. Because that's what sisterhood is. It consists of other women, right? It's an association, which we are associated on Sister Sunday. A society. We created our own society on Sister Sunday. A community. This is damn sure a community of women. You feel me? That's linked by a common interest, religion, or trade. So that's my point. The regular dictionary said relationship between sisters. That's not enough. A relationship between sisters is something that I share with blood sisters. But there's women that I have on this chat right now that is closer to me than my blood sisters. That's deep, right? Now, I say a lot that we are bonded by trauma, because we are. There's women in this chat right now that had a hard life just by being a girl child. I'm not going to go too deep because you know this is going on YouTube, so I have to make sure that I say things delicately. But what I'm saying right now, there are women in this chat right now, and that are bonded. Listen to me. That are bonded by trauma. That particular trauma could just be them being a girl child. Now, I'm going to let y'all understand what I'm saying with that. Now, for the people in this chat right now that have experienced hardship from just being a girl child, drop it in the comments. There's going to be women in these comments that's going to be bonded strictly by sharing the experience of being abused by the person that they love the most. In most cases, it's going to be their significant other. Now, when you look at these comments right now, I'm showing that I got like 45 people in here. From when you see this, right, you seeing everybody saying me. Me. That experienced trauma just for being a woman. Do you understand how terrifying that is? That sometimes we cannot wake up, get dressed in our own right, our own accord, walk around a city, and just because we are women, we are automatically prey. Deep, right? Now, my problem is, if that's the case, why is it that we look at each other so snobby when it comes down to certain stuff? When most of us have experienced the same trauma that our other sister has experienced. Sisterhood is about creating your own relationships, your own community, holding each other accountable, holding each other responsible, and not being apologetic for it. That's what Sister Sunday details. That's what sisterhood is. Now, I also want to ask everybody that's inside of this chat, how many people has a very close relationship with their real sister? Your real sister. I want to know who is closer to their real blood sister. You have a very good sisterhood of the definition that I just explained. Now, I don't want you to talk about the first one that I explained, the dictionary version, because that's just a relationship between sisters. That's very vague. I want to know who has a very close relationship with their blood sister. Loving Sugar says she do. Icy D says she do. Diamond Legs says she do. Mia says she do. That's her twin. Got some people saying they're cool, but they're not such and such. My older sister, yes. My younger sister is Rocky. I have a total of 4 sisters. And that's going to be on my, let me make sure. I have a total of 5 sisters because one sister came a little late. And out of those 5 sisters, I can only say that I share a common bond with one. Sad, right? I'm only asking you this, right? Because if you don't really have a close relationship with your sister, especially growing up, it's hard for us as grown women to identify what sisterhood really look like. If you grew up in a house like me, okay, I was raised by my grandmother. So by the time my grandmother got to me and my sister, she was tired as hell. She had already raised her 4 kids, and because of my mother's shortcoming, she had to take on 2 more, which was me and Tiffany. So by the time it got around to me, the patience had worn thin. So it was certain etiquettes that I didn't receive from my grandmother, because we all know that our grandmothers, they were a little bit more rougher around the edges. They said things and they meant it. They didn't coddle us like our mothers would in most cases. So my definition of sisterhood looked real weird. I knew that I loved the hell out of my sister, and I love her to this day. But I'm going to give you some accountability for your ass. As much as I love my sister Tiff, right? As much as I'm overprotective of her. See, I got to realize that when I was loving my sister, I did it from a place like a brother, more so than an older sister. And a lot of that attributed to my lifestyle. You feel me? I'm looking at my sister and I'm like, shit, ain't no dude about to get you on my shift. Shoot. You see how my brain did? So when I was having conversations with Tiffany, I'm like, what the fuck that nigga doing over here? Why you talking to that dude? Somebody called the house. She ain't here. She in the room. Now, I say these things because you know I'm going to tell you guys the ultimate truth what's going on in my life. I'm not going to ask you for situations and not tell you the truth. Now, in me doing that, I stripped us from our sisterhood. So now in our adult life, it's very difficult. Because now I'm realizing that she wanted to be treated like another woman. And as an older sister, the question shouldn't have been, what the fuck that nigga doing over here? The question should have been, you love him? How he make you feel? You thinking about being intimate with this dude? You see what the breakdown is? So now, because I made it so hard and so coarse, when it came to a time when she was ready to have sex, guess who she's not coming to? I made sisterhood with her very coarse. Now we're adults, and I understand that, right? Now I want my sister. But see, in the midst of me not being the correct sister to her, or at least the way that I supposed to be in, she was able to find a whole list of other relationships that became her community. You see where I'm going with this? Sisterhood starts in the house, you guys. What we identify as sisterhood is very, very important. Because if we don't have the correct definition in our hearts, right, or we don't have the correct definitions, that it's very, very hard for us to be able to apply it. Me and my sister grown as hell now. And sometimes I'm on Instagram and I get jealous as fuck. I do. It's accountability right now. I'm seeing her post people on her story. I love you, sis. And I'm the real sis. And the relationship that she has with other women sometimes fucks me up. You feel me? I'm like, yo, you my sister. The hell? I want to go out to lunch with you and have drinks. Why she there? But see, that's what we got to understand. It's very key. We can't be sisters to people. Right? Not get it back in return. And then expect sisterhood. Y'all caught me on that? Did y'all catch me on that? So now what I got to do, right, is I had to dumb myself down and I had to be able to say, oh, shit. Even though my lifestyle says this, what me and her supposed to be should be that. So what I did is I fucked up a friend. I fucked up a sisterhood. You feel what I mean? I fucked it up completely. I did. My lifestyle really made me mess up the relationship between me and my sister. Now I'm finna get really deep on you. Now that's one sister. That's Tiffany. And everybody know Tiffany. You know what I mean? It wasn't that I didn't want to be her sister. I just didn't know how. Because my sister's beautiful. Anybody who's seen my sister, you've seen her. So try growing up and being a stud with a lot of male friends. They coming to pick you up and she just so happened to go to the garage because she's becoming a woman. I get in the car and these niggas like, yo, tip what? So now I don't see her as a young woman growing up. I see her as prey to these niggas. You feel me? And what made it very hard is I too was a hunter. Somebody else's daughter was my prey. So I didn't look at it as sisterhood. I looked at it like I gotta protect the kingdom, dog. These niggas trying to get up in here. You feel me? But what I did is I made it very difficult for us to be sisters. We have to know what sisterhood details. We also got to treat sisterhood like any other relationship. We can't just automatically call somebody our sister. I love you, sir. I know we got this little thing that we do on Instagram where it's like, yo, sir. The thing is, we have to treat it like a relationship. Because the people that we're allowing and going to allow in our lives, we both need to have a very good understanding on what we're doing here. And we don't ask those questions. Let's be real, okay? We meet people. We meet a homegirl. It was cool. Oh, we had a good time when we was at the club that night. We talked to them and we FaceTime them. And all of a sudden, we like, sir. Oh, yeah, they're my sir. Oh, yeah, they're my bitch right here. That's what we doing. But we never sit out to eat, right? We never sit out to eat, and we don't never ask those questions like, sis, what sisterhood look like to you? What you want from me? I want to know for real. Be real, accountability moment. How many times have you had that conversations with your homegirl? When you first met a homegirl of yours, I want to know right now, have you ever sat there and asked them what they feel like that shit look like to them? Because I want to know this, because we be so flabbergasted 9 months later and we don't know who this B is. This bitch don't know me. This bitch got me fucked up. She probably do, sir. Because you never established anything. I had to think about it last night when I was thinking about this thing. Because I told Katrina, I said, God damn, that's a good topic. We ain't never talked about the bread and butter. But then it made me start reflecting. And I'm like, all right, out of all my friendships, have I ever said that shit? And I never have. Then we wonder why our sisterhood fails. I have another sister, older than me, by some months. My daddy was knocking them down. But here's the thing. She was a sister who we knew was there, but didn't know was there. And I'm going to explain. My sister Lisa, I love her to death. Love her to death. However, our sisterhood is strained because of a different reason. Now, I just gave you the reason why me and Tip, sisterhood ain't the best. Just told you. So now we're going to my sister Lisa, okay? She's older than me, and she was the one that wasn't supposed to be here. Just the best way I could say it. My father and her mother established that they were going to have a child. My daddy damn sure didn't want one because I was on the way. And how the hell at 17 years old as a man would you finna explain to two women that you got two kids on the way? Somewhere, somehow, she didn't go through with that. Thank God, because I got my sister. But here's the thing. When my sister got into our family, right? We didn't know her. She didn't know us. So the community that she had already made with her biological sisters, I had already made with mine. But now we got this bond, right? We shared this common bond, which is our daddy. And we both love that man. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. When she first came around, I didn't want to know her. That's my motherfucking daddy. What you talking about? I don't share him. And now you the oldest, you done took my spot. I'm no longer the oldest no more. You are. So I'm looking at her real weird right now. Because first of all, I don't know her. And second of all, you want me to be able to slice time with my daddy. Not happening. At least not right away. Because see, I wasn't looking at it as a trauma for us both. It was my selfish ass was just looking at it one way, right? I didn't look at the fact that she didn't have the moments with dad that I did. And she was trying to hurry up and get them in her adult life. I didn't look at it as like, damn, bro, you want me to tell you some things about dad that you might have missed? I didn't look at it like that. So again, kind of destroyed the sister dynamic. See where I'm going with this? So the way that I've been identifying sisterhood and what it means to me really put dampers on other relationships. And it's not just one way, trust me. Because I'm pretty sure these same questions that I'm asking right now, my sisters probably never really talked about with the other people. You follow what I'm saying? So now we're going to the third sister, because it's 4, okay? Well, 5 technically. But we're going to the ones that I'm having relationships with now. Now I have the third sister. That's Nikita. That was the sister that we didn't know at all because mom was on drugs. Nikita was born 1 pound. 1. By the grace of God, she survived, okay? However, she went strictly to her father's side of the family because they didn't want nothing to do with the mother's side because the mother's side of the family, they just seen my mother. They didn't see the children that also was affected by that same mother. They just seen her. So when we tried to reach out to our little sisters, it's like, no. Because we was already associated with my mother. Now, that lady, that woman, She never took a chance to say, damn, it ain't just Nikita that was affected. This girl got 3 other children. I'm pretty sure they all feel the same way as her. See what I'm saying? So now we grew up not even knowing each other. So now that we are in our big age, because the person who was overseeing her is no longer here. Nikita's father is no longer here. My mother is no longer here. Now we're trying to become sisters. And it's difficult because, again, we don't know each other. So now my impression of sisterhood look real small right now. Because I got Tip, who was there, but I didn't really know how to be a sister. I got Lisa, who's here now, and I didn't even care about her traumas. Then I got Nikita, where I'm really trying to figure out how to do that shit. You feel me? Back then. Now I'm at a place to what I know what sisterhood consists of. So I know what questions to ask. I know what conversations we should have. So now when my sister Brianna, the baby, came across, because my view of sisterhood is very different, I did a whole video of my daddy just for her. What I ask her now is, sis, what you need? You think about dad sometimes? How'd that make you feel that you wasn't really there? You see how the conversations change? From Tiffany, Lisa, Nikita, to Brianna. Now with Brianna, I'm being the sister that I should have been with Tip, Lisa. Because now I know the questions. I know what sisterhood means. I know that we share certain shit. I know that you ain't never gonna have my dad like me. So we're bonded by trauma. Because he ain't no longer here for me neither. But see, the one that you're missing, you didn't even know. So our memories is gonna hit different. You feel me? So now I know how to be a sister. I do. And here's the thing. When you accept and when you understand what sisterhood detail, you can't really get mad when they don't get it yet. Because now I know I'm excited as fuck to be a sister. Oh, I'm ready to be a sister. But see, here's the thing. They gotta have it. They gotta know it. Those conversations has to be met. True accountability moment. Tell you right now. I have a woman that I call my best friend, Diana. We met when I was in Boston, when I was leaving Boston. And from there, she's been an amazing friend to me. And as I was getting this Sister Sunday together today, those same questions that I started asking my sisters, I started asking myself in regards to her. We're bonded by traumas. It's community. We read the definition. When you're assessing sisterhood, you can't only assess what you're doing for that person. You have to assess what you're doing for that person. You can't assess just what they're doing for you. Excuse me. So when I got to looking at the stuff and I'm looking at who I call my sisters, I had to make a little list. And I got to Diana and I made this list, right? When I got to the third question, I was pissed off with my own self. Pissed me off. And I was able to say, God damn, she's been a sister to me. I'm falling short like shit. You feel me? Because this is other things that we have to also understand, that it's a balance with sisterhood. You can't wait for your sister to be in distress. She's telling you about that distress, but then you use that moment to overshadow her feelings to talk about yours. I said that in another Sister Sunday before. I know for a fact that we do that as women. We all do. Because we're human, right? And you can't take moments that belong to your sister and make them about yourself. My problem with sisterhood in a lot of cases is time. And really knowing how to assess and make myself available for the people who deserve my time. Like Diana. Now, the reason why I'm bringing her up, and I'm just keeping that shit a stack with you guys, because I was doing this last night. She told me 3 days ago, maybe 4. I was too, having a major fucking crisis. But see, this is what I mean. Prior to my crisis, and I think when I was going through my crisis, I think I might have hit Diana, Sally, and Katrina. And y'all can verify that was a motherfucking crisis. You feel what I'm saying? However, days before that, she was giving me hints. She was saying shit like, "Oh, I can't take this shit. Can't deal with this job. I'm losing it." This is my sister, y'all. She's telling me this. Now, I'm going through my own shit, and I'm not hearing her the way that I should. Then the next day, I go through a real crisis. Oh, it's serious as fuck. I'm losing my shit. You did me? She calls me, or I call her. I text her. Now, I straight didn't forgot about everything she been telling me. I'm losing it, sis. But my crisis came up. And the first thing I did was hit my sister. "Oh, you're not going to believe this, man." Again, I put her feelings to the side for my own stuff. And what did she do? Totally ignored her feelings and jumped into helping my crisis. All right? Sisterhood is measured by us both. It's a seesaw effect. If I was to ask myself how I felt in that moment, I would feel very fucking low. Because as sisters, we do that. It shouldn't happen, but we do that. And it's like we do it so much that we forget that it's causing a lifelong effect. Not only to who we view as sisters, but us as individuals. Because when we get to a point where we finally have this covenant or this covenant of women, where we feel like we could trust them, and it's not being reciprocated, it does more harm than you think. Now it makes her probably want to be a little bit more reserved when it comes down to sharing how she feels. And all of it starts and it stems from our sisterhood. Now, I brought that up because I want everybody to understand that when I come on this platform, I'm not just talking. These are real experience. You know what? And as a matter, I didn't even know she was on here. I didn't even know Diana was on here. I didn't even know she was on here. But she's on here right now. Cause I seen you was just out of town with the babies. I thought you was still getting sun and shit. But I'm bringing it up because I be wanting people to understand that we're not going to be perfect women. We're not going to be perfect women. We're not. DJ. She was going through a situation with her significant other. One day I was at the shop finna get a haircut. No cap. She said, "Let me talk to you in the back real quick." I said, "All right, bet." She broke down crying on me and said, "You know what? Sometimes I don't feel like you a friend the way that I need you to be my friend." I said, "Oh, shit." You know what I loved about it, though? Sisters don't tell each other that stuff. What they normally do is that's when they start getting aggravated. You start calling them, they don't answer no more. Because they mad, but they ain't told you shit. So you sitting up here thinking like everything good. But it really ain't because we ain't communicated about it. That was the dopest thing I ever seen somebody do in my fucking life. Because you know what it did? It was able to start the conversation that we needed to have. Hold on, what you mean, bro? I feel like you ain't there, too. Hold on, bro, tell me what you talking about. Yada, 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 yada. Oh, no, hold on, bro. Let me explain this, because yada, 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 yada. Oh, See, I would have never known that. I know, bro. I got a problem with sharing a lot of stuff emotionally, man. You probably won't know, but my bad. That's what was going on. I would never do that, bro. Oh. Go back to get the haircut. The low light. Light. She cut my shit extra crispy that day. Because we was able to talk like women. You feel me? Without being all extra. I was able to hug that nigga. Boy, we about to get there. Don't even worry about it. Sisterhood. We ain't got no blood. Me and Diana don't share no blood. But these are the women that I talk to collectively every single day. AJ and Sally. They're teaching me every single day of how to be real sisters. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And this is what I mean. Because in having a sisterhood, right? You have to be prepared to hearing the things that you might not want to hear. But you want to hear from your sister before you hear from somebody who don't matter to you. You understand? AJ has called me before. If y'all know AJ, y'all know AJ. You know when things is about to go left soon as AJ get on the phone. You know it. She come here and say good morning. You know AJ gonna remain professional. Good morning to you. I see that you had a fantastic night. I enjoyed the stream last night. However, is this something that I can talk to you about, sis? That's how AJ gonna come at you. It's gonna be so professional you wouldn't even know you in a session. You feel me? Toot, I love everything you're doing, but you're gonna have to stop doing this. It's affecting you. Fuck me, it's affecting you. You not understanding this? This you would break it down into a way to make you feel very fucking like, wow. But that's sisterhood. Sisterhood is being able to recognize the worst traits in each other and help us fix them. Now, the problem about it is sometimes during sisterhood, you don't want to hear what your sister got to say. She your bitch. That's your dog. I'd do anything for her. Oh, that's my one. Girl, you got all these Instagram posts about your sis. But then the moment your sister come to your ass and say something you don't want to hear. Now when she FaceTime and you don't answer. Because the truth hurt. Hurt. Toe your ass up. And because she the one that you love so much, she wasn't the one you wanted to hear from. But let me explain something to you. That was the first person you supposed to heard it from. Because after your relationship, your next ally is your sister. Whether it's blood related or not. You understand where I'm coming from with that? Sally. I have a problem expressing emotions and all of that. Because pain changes people. We all know that. My best friend is in heaven. My father, he was the one I talked to. He was my sister. He was my mama. He was everything I needed. I had a real weird thing that I thought about the other day. Sometimes we don't understand God's direction, right? We don't understand God's lead. When I looked at the relationship that I had with my father, right? I just told you, he was my hero. He was my mama. He was my best friend. He was everything to me that I needed him to be. He was even my God sometimes. I want you to listen to me when I say this because this is I never shared this. My father was even my God sometimes. I said that shit. Before I would call on God and pray to God, I would call my daddy. We all know that God is a selfish God. See where I'm going with this? When my father left, it forced him to be my only father, right? Now, the faith that I have in him, I probably should have had then too. Because with him taking my father, right, it made me start to have to go to other sources to talk and to share and to be fucking human. Salih asked me the questions my dad would have did. And because he's not here, I feel very reluctant having to explain to anybody else. She's a Virgo too, though. So it's certain mannerisms that I might just send across that she gonna see that I don't think she's seeing, but she's on that. So she could recognize that because she's a Virgo. She see, oh, this nigga's acting, oh, she pretending like she ain't nothing wrong. Boy, she lying, it's cap. I know something wrong. Now, she could definitely just go on about her life. She got her own family she got to deal with, her own crisis. But nah, she don't do that. She challenges me. Right in the middle of that hurt. How you feeling? What's the problem? I'm pissed off. I don't want to talk about this shit. But she does that, right? So even though I came into the conversation so aggravated, by the time I leave there, I'm sisterhood. Sisterhood has to be a special thing amongst us. Sometimes we make sisterhood very, very challenging. And we can't do that. I want to make sure that you understand that sisterhood starts with us first. Us as individuals. This is probably the first time in my life that I can honestly say that I have a true sisterhood. Miss Classy, Katrina. She the reason for this topic right now. But see, when you have a community of women, right, that you're bonded with, it's things that happen that you don't even know happens. Because even though we on Discord, we on Twitch late at night, we hee ha ha, your sisters is going to know when something wrong. It's some days I don't even tell them shit. I'm around here stressing like I don't know what. And they over there doing some things I don't even know. So then they hit you, yo, too. Jump on real quick. What do you mean? Sisterhood is give or take. Just what Sister Sunday is. It's give or take. We put things out on this platform. Some shit is ugly. Ooh. Oh, we didn't have many Sister Sundays when we cried the ugly cries. We did. But see, that's what it's about. It's the give or take. Sisterhood can't be halfway. There was people this year that I came into this year with that I love, even to this day. And it doesn't mean that the love that we had for one another wasn't authentic. Hell, it doesn't even mean that that it wasn't real. But what it does mean is that sisterhood somewhere looks very different to us. The way you view it and the way I view it might not share the same definition. And that's okay. You know why? Because we never talked about it. So if I'm hurt from that, from any of those situations that went sour, I got to take accountability for that. Because when we first started being friends, I never in detail told you what I wanted from you as a friend and vice versa. Because see, that was the moment that was going to change the course of our friendship. I had to be able to tell you what I didn't want and what I wanted and stand on that shit. Not be your friend and try to conform to who I think you want me to be and vice versa. Because guess what? Down the line, it ain't going to work. Because somewhere you're going to start being your true self. And in being your true self, parts of you going to start unraveling. Now, you've been trying to put a mask on for this friendship. But now you. And you can't disguise that shit no more. Now that person looking at you like, who the fuck are you? It's who I still be, and I've been this person. I just lied to you at the beginning. Because I wanted a friend so bad. Even the things that I knew I wouldn't accept, I accepted that shit. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be things, bro, that we got to take accountability for. How can I be mad at you when I ain't even tell you what I wanted? Because if I would have known what sisterhood looked like to you, that would have been the last dinner we ever had. I wouldn't have came back. Because I would have known that did not go with what I go with. It didn't stand for what I stand for. It's not saying you're a bad person either. It just means that your sisterhood and my sisterhood don't match. And we got to be okay with that shit. See, we don't treat our friendships like relationships. It's going to be some relationships that you do give it up on the first night. People that you go ahead and be friends with right away. It ain't going to work. Friendship don't work like that. And we got to be okay with telling people, telling our sisters what we want. It was a situation that hurt me to my core. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm still dealing with it. It was a person who I've been talking to for years on the internet that I never met, and at first, I really felt. I said, "Boy, this is like my sister." Like I meant that. She would do things for me that I thought was real special. Because she would do the things that really was heartfelt. Things that I'm a Virgo and she's also a Virgo. So when we gift and when we do things, it's we don't care about materials. We rather for a nigga to write a 5-page letter than to just give us some term stuff sometimes. You feel me? And I looked at her as my sister. I really did. She bought me this beautiful thing that I ain't even put up yet because now I'm in a crisis. For reasons this day that I still don't understand. I don't understand where the friendship went. One day, you're telling me, I got you forever, sis. Keep doing you. One day, you like one of my biggest motivations, right? And in 5 days' time, it's gone. And sometimes you feel real weird talking to the people who you know is your real true sisters about things like this. You do. Because you like, what the fuck? Because your real sister's going to be like, well, bro, you got real sisters. Like, you shouldn't even be crying. You shouldn't even be worried about that. But it bothers you. Because at a moment in time when you're really trying to embrace sisterhood, and then 5 days from a message like that, you're blocked. Blocked. And you like, what the fuck did I do? And see, it goes back to what I'm talking about with sisterhood. We wasn't even sisters enough to even be able to have a conversations for you to be able to tell me what the fuck I did to you. It's troublesome. Because when you get to a point, right, where you're ready to embrace things the way it should be embraced, and sisterhood being one of them, it does. You don't want to be the fucked up person. That was a situation that hurt me to my core. I could take a lot of bumps on the chin and things like that, but it's certain situations that really, really fuck with me this year. 3. I lost 3 people that I was extremely close to because of not understanding the dynamics of sisterhood and not setting the boundaries from the beginning. People think that when you know a situation is not the best, people automatically think that when you let a situation go, it's gone. It's not true. There's things to this day that it still bothers me. We have to be okay with letting go, even if it's the most toxic. Sometimes it don't even be toxic. Sometimes it's just not formatted for you. Don't call a woman your sister unless you're ready to be her sister. Understand the definition of what sisterhood consists of. Because you know how sometimes you might be out in the club and you single and a man might approach you and you would just flat out tell him, look, I'm not really ready to date right now. And you stand on that shit and you okay with it. You go on to the other side of the club and life goes on. You stop in your groove. Shit, I just ain't ready for that. We got to do the same thing with sisterhood. Because sisterhood is a job. You're acquiring a whole different relationship. So when you have relationships, what you got to do? You got to find balance. You can't be a part-time sister. You can't be a sister when it suits you the most. There's going to be days where you tired in a motherfucker. You come in from work and you like, your sister calling, you like, oh, Lord. And you tired. It ain't that you don't love this mother. It's just like, damn, whatever. Yeah, girl, let me tell you about Rodney's ass. And there's going to be moments where you don't want to hear about Rodney's ass because you already told her to leave Rodney's ass. But see, that's just what sisterhood details. And if you're not okay with those moments, then guess what? You should not have said yes to her friendship. Gabby, right on the money. Part-time sister, but full-time benefits. Right on the money. Be okay with setting your standard in the beginning. Be okay with addressing those red flags. Don't get caught up in the perception of sisterhood and friendship to where we ignore those flags and we start conforming to be who we think this person wants us to be. It ain't gonna work. How the fuck can you be your true self when they don't know your truths? They don't know the real you. So how the hell could you ever be that to them? And vice versa. At one point, I got so caught up on the perception of how friendship looked. Shit, I see everybody else on YouTube with they besties and shit. I want a bestie. Shit, so it don't matter. However it look, I want that. I don't even care if I'm hurt sometimes. I don't even know if I'm hurt sometimes. But this is how I look on the screen, so let's do this. But here's the thing. When them cameras go off, niggas, real life shit. So you have to be able to look at these things and understand that, look, if I say that this is my sister, then I got to be ready to go full throttle for my sister. I got to be able to be okay with having the most uncomfortable conversations with my sister. I got to be able to listen to my sister say, nah, and be okay with that. That's what sisterhood is. We're going to have a questionnaire, right? Because this is going to be a part 2 and 3 of what is sisterhood. Next week, Miss Classy, Katrina, the reason for this topic, she will be joining me. This platform means everything to me. Only place where I feel safe. Not on Bella and Toot. Not on SHAMIKA&TAMIKATV. Not on Toot Reacts. On this platform right here, Sister Sunday. It means the most to me because we're becoming better women one video at a time. All of us. All of us ain't perfect. Hell, we were just on Twitch last night at 3 o'clock in the morning just vibing. But I was doing that shit with my sisters. It's like in a moment of where I felt like, damn, I'm alone. All I have to do is turn on this motherfucking platform and I got access to sisters. Well, my days ain't going right sometime and I just feel like slapping somebody. You know what I mean? I got Sally to hit me like, yo, what is you doing? I got AJ to play with me. I got Miss Classy saying, yo, too. I got Diana willing to cry and, yo, you want me to call her? I got sisters. We need each other. I'm going to repeat this. I do not want you guys on this platform taking advantage of women that care. It's women in here that contribute to Sister Sunday every week. Faithfully, they hitting that cash app. Because they want to make sure that whoever is in a crisis is able to be helped. That's what it means to me. We are sometimes the most put down species on this earth, women. You can put the color to it if you want to, black women, white women, women. But black women were crucified daily. We need platforms like this. We can all take a trip to Instagram, Shade Room comments right now, and we can look in those comment sections and we will be able to decipher, just from reading comments, who don't know what sisterhood is. We don't even got to talk to them. We'll be able to tell in a response on how they feel about women. Most of the time when you're in the fucking comment section, it is our own people killing us the most. They give these men so many passes, but the women, oh Lord. If someone hits you individually from this platform and you choose to cash app someone, you're doing it at your own risk. Sister Sunday has a vigorous system. It is a system that will not be misused. You will get blocked on this platform if I ever in life find out that you are taking advantage of something that so many of us women are putting in place. Me, Sally, AJ, Katrina, we go hard for this platform. Some days we are taking money out of our own pockets if we have depleted Sister Sunday, to make sure that every woman is okay on this platform. Your son don't got no diaper, sis. We got you. You hungry, you ain't ate. We got you. You need to get home from work, nigga, you ain't got no gas. We got you. But don't take advantage of a system that we're trying so desperately to build and make bigger so we can be able to do more. Don't do that. How you gonna do that shit to your sisters? Go the fuck figure. We on a platform talking about Sister Sunday. We talking about being better for each other, and you, that's what you think about? What? Shit baffles me. There's going to be times where we're not going to have it all together. And there's going to be times where we have to lead or lean on people. One of the biggest problems that I have right now, I swear to God, is being able to be comfortable with somebody doing some shit for me. Pisses me off so bad. You know I got a problem when it's the people that's close to me that I have a problem trusting. I mean, like, I understand it, but see, people give me PTSD. Because, see, some people sometimes want to throw up what they do for you in your face so bad and so much to where it's like, nigga, I would rather be ass naked before I ask somebody for something. What? That's my problem. It make me itch think about it right now. We was on Twitch last night. Frog Mama said, Toot, make an Amazon list for your room. I said, oh, nah. Last time I made an Amazon list when I was moving over here, 3 months later, people want to throw up what they did. Oh, you don't like Armand and Regine? You wasn't saying that shit when I was helping you get stuff for your apartment. Nigga, what? You made me make this list. Now you want to throw it up in my face, bro? Oh, then you do the worst thing in America that I can't even deal with. I never allowed shit for people to do nothing for me because of those reasons alone. I have an auntie who did it when I was a child. You borrowed $20 from her. It's all at the family reunion. How is Uncle Jit coming to me telling me that I owe you $20? Or that you gave me $20 I hadn't paid back? Why you gotta let everybody know that shit? So from that, I don't know. You feel me? Look. Oh, shit. This will be continued next Sunday. I really wanted just to have a vast discussion on what sisterhood means. Now that you guys know the definition, right? Don't bring your ass over here on this platform if that's not what you're willing to be. I have women that's on this platform on Sister Sunday being completely vulnerable. They put things out that they don't have to share with nobody. So if you in this platform and you did not hear the definition good, I'm going to say it again. It's an association, society, or community of women linked by a common interest, religion, or trade. You just heard that shit. If you're not willing to be that, I have no problem with watching you leave. Because I'm not going to subject other women who was putting their vulnerabilities out on the line for you to be able to just not to denounce what that means. Especially in my Discord. Don't bring your ass to my Discord. Don't bring your ass to my Discord if you just want to be half-assed. If you're going to be a sister to one, then you be a sister to some. Now, it's going to be situations where we do have to handle things accordingly, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who's pledging, the people who really want to be a better woman, a better sister, a better wife, a better whoever. And this is what you really want to do, then this is the place for you. If not, get the fuck on. I don't got no time for it. I am not mature. I will cuss you out. I will. I promise you I will. I love you guys with all my heart. This is not just a platform for me. If you notice on this episode, I did not ask for not one sub because I don't care. This means a lot to me. It do.